Hi everybody. Today our presentation focuses on the Caitlin Clark NIL trademark dispute, a recent and highly relevant example of how legal issues intersect with modern college athletics. As Clark's popularity surged, so did attempts to profit from her name without permission, raising important questions about athlete rights, branding, and different legal protection. This case highlights the rapid growth of women's sports and the challenges that athletes face in controlling their identity in a commercial landscape. We'll walk through what happened, who was involved, the legal implications, and how this situation impacted the industry as a whole. Caitlin Clark's rise as one of the most recognizable athletes in college sports created a surge in demand for merchandise connected to her name. As her popularity grew, so did the number of unauthorized products being sold online, many of which used her name, phrases, or branding without permission. This led to several trademark filings submitted by individuals who had no affiliation with Clark. The situation quickly became a legal and social issue because it highlighted how vulnerable high-profile college athletes can be when it comes to protecting their identity, especially in the rapidly evolving NIL landscape. The main problem was the misuse of her name, image, and likeliness by individuals who attempted to profit without her approval. These unauthorized trademark filings created confusion for consumers who believed the products were officially connected to Clark. The situation raised broader concerns about how easily an athlete's identity can be exploited, especially when their brand grows quickly. Overall, this issue highlighted the need for stronger protections and clearer legal boundaries to ensure athletes maintain full control over their personal and commercial identity.
Caitlin Clark was affected in this situation because her name, image, and likeness were being used by people who were unaffiliated with her. They were trying to make profit from how popular she became. In this case, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office got involved because they had to review if this broke NIL trademark rules. Her university, sponsors, and later the WNBA wanted to protect her because of the value she had from how famous she has become recently. This case focused mainly on trademark laws and NIL regulations. NIL rights let athletes choose how their name, image, and likeness are used to make money, while trademark laws protect brands from being used without their permission. In this situation, people were trying to use Caitlin Clark's name without her approval. The USPTO reviewed the filings and rejected multiple attempts because they could confuse consumers or take advantage of her identity. This situation showed the importance of protecting the rights of athletes and help people learn how NIL laws work. It showed how important it is for athletes to control the brand they created as they become more popular. At the same time, it created confusion for fans and it forced Clark's team to spend time dealing with unauthorized products. Overall, it showed both the positive and negative that come with NIL becoming a bigger part of college sports.
Media coverage amplified the situation, turning it into a national conversation about fairness, athlete rights, and the rapid commercialization of women's sports. The attention pressured regulators and leagues to take NIL precautions more seriously. The impact of this case goes beyond Clark herself. Her rise has brought unprecedented attention to women's basketball. She's selling out arenas, breaking viewership records, and inspiring younger athletes. When issues like unauthorized trademarks happen, it threatens that progress. If women athletes can't protect their brands, it limits their earning potential and discourages future athletes from pursuing NIL opportunities. But the positive side is that Clark's case sets a precedent. It shows that women athletes have powerful brands worth protecting. It also encourages other athletes to take ownership of their identity early trademarks, building partnerships, and controlling their narrative. As we move into the timeline, this slide helps show how quickly Caitlin Clark's NIL situation escalated and why it became such a major legal and ethical issue. Starting in 2023, her NIL value absolutely skyrocketed. This was the year she became a national name, breaking records, leading Iowa deep into the tournament, and drawing a huge media attention. With that visibility came a massive increase in her marketability, and brands started recognizing just how influential she was becoming. By early 2024, that popularity created a new problem: unauthorized merchandise. People began producing and selling shirts, hoodies, and other items using her name or phrases associated with her without any permission. This is where things started crossing into legal territory, because once someone's NIL value rises, their name becomes a commercial asset that needs protection. In March of 2024, things escalated even further when trademark filings started appearing, and these filings were submitted by individuals who had no connection to Clark. They were essentially trying to legally claim ownership of her name so that they could profit from it. This is one of the clearest examples of why NIL protection matters. In April 2024, the USPTO began reviewing those filings. This review process is important because it determines whether someone has the legal right to own and use a name commercially. Clark's team had to monitor these filings closely to make sure that no one gained control over her identity. By late 2024, the USPTO officially denied the unauthorized trademark applications. This was a major win for Clark because it prevented other people from gaining legal rights to her name. It also reinforced the idea that athletes must be proactive in protecting their brand. Finally, in 2025, Clark released her own official merchandise. This is the ideal outcome. She regained full control of her brand and was able to monetize it in a legitimate and authorized way. It also showed fans the difference between real, athlete-approved products and the unauthorized items that had been circulating earlier. Overall, this timeline shows how quickly NIL issues can develop and why legal protection is essential for high-profile athletes. To wrap this up, the Caitlin Clark trademark case is a perfect example of the challenges and opportunities in the NIL era. It shows how quickly an athlete's brand can grow, how vulnerable that brand can be, and how important it is to protect it. Clark's situation highlights legal gaps, ethical concerns, and the need for stronger protections for college athletes. But it also shows the power of women's sports and the importance of athletes taking control of their own identity. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to answer any questions.